27 years now. And we've been operating in 15 countries and 97 cities in India. Now, to take us through the details of how Franchise India works and to also, put things in perspective, I would request our CEO and Director, Mr. Sanjay Bhatt, to take this forward. Over to you, Mr. Bhatt.
Thank you, Sajid. A very good evening to everyone. We are very happy to see a lot of people join this webinar today. We would like to thank each one of you for your valuable time for this special time, which is at 5 p.m. 5 p.m. is actually a little odd time, but we have designed it from last 4-5 years now. It's as a discipline, we make it at 5 p.m. and we would like to thank each one of you that 5 p.m. you have joined this special webinar. So today's webinar, why it is special? Because here in this webinar, we are offering a special invitation for few of you to become partners with Franchise India. Now, we at Franchise India do have thousands of franchise opportunities, but this one is from the House of Franchise India. So we are offering a partnership program we called as Independent Franchise Consultants to become partners with Franchise India. Franchise India is a trusted advisory platform how to start your own business. And IFC, Independent Franchise Consultant, is a specialist how to start your own business. What we do and what is our business? I'll give you some little background on this. So we have two communities. At one side, we have investors who are looking forward to start some business. Other side, we have businesses, we have brands with us who are looking forward for partners as franchise partners. So we at Franchise India, we matchmake. So we are matchmakers. So we matchmake both of them. So in that, we have a detailed program for our investors, because it is not easy to choose a business wherein you going to invest in, because there are a lot of professionals who are already working in some companies and now looking forward to start a business. So for them, since they don't have time to operate, so they need a different kind of handholding. So there are a community who are serial entrepreneurs already into businesses. So they need a different kind of handholding. And there are some who are first-time business buyers, because after the COVID, we have seen every household is looking forward for some business opportunity, at least one person from every household. And these are first-time business buyers. It's highly risky. That's where in Franchise India capability is there. That we help as an advisor, we help all these investors, guide them and understand their requirement, and then do matchmaking. And again, on the other side, we help businesses to scale their business. We help businesses to expand in different cities, different locations, and it can be out of India also. So that is also needing Franchise India capability. So we have this platform ready, which is helping one side investors and other side businesses to expand. Third business is we're also talking about exit. If you are already into some business and you are already taking some franchise earlier, if you want to come out of that, you want to exit out of that business, how you would do that? And in these three businesses, three verticals, what we are talking about, there is none outside Franchise India who is going to help. And Franchise India is 27-year-old platform today, which is now, as I told you, it is the world's largest franchise distribution company. We have 97 cities network in India. We are also present in 15 countries already. And this independent franchise consultant program, which we have now taken a understanding that we will take it to all the cities wherein we feel business is growing. Every small city, tier 3, tier 4, tier 5 cities also, there are a lot of people who are looking forward to start some business. And who is going to help them? That's when Franchise India have taken this initiative to expand our own business to these cities, even metros. We have already, suppose we are talking about Mumbai, we have already 15 partners. Now business is growing, franchising is growing, consumption is growing. So that's also we are looking for more partners in some cities. And in some cities, we have one partner and we are looking for a second partner. And in some cities, which were absolutely not open till now. And now the special webinar is designed for helping our some of the professionals to join Franchise India in those cities as well. So Franchise India is using a byline that nobody in the world sells more business than Franchise India. That's what I said. We have now structured 15 it is to 97 cities, and we are in 15 countries also already. And we are having around 1,200 people full time working for business broking. Business broking would mean wherein we help to structure deals for the investors and getting them into business. So you have seen there are a lot of consultants outside claiming that I can grow your business, I can do this, I can scale your revenues and all those. And there is none who can claim I'll get you into business. So that's what Franchise India is, the only platform which would help you to get you into business. And if you talk about real estate business, there are millions of brokers outside. If you talk about financial services, there are millions of consultants outside. But for business, when you need to get into some business, there is none outside Franchise India. So Franchise India is the only platform which is helping one side investors to get into business, and other side we help businesses to grow and expand their business in franchising way. So franchising way is the viable way of expansion, because everybody cannot start a brand. That's why franchising is becoming a viable business wherein you get into some proven business, successful business, and get a partnership with them. Now today, if you'll see, you can check with yourself also what you consume at our home, at our daily life is coming from a franchise industry. And that's why this consumption is growing and franchising is growing. So considering this humongous opportunities, Franchise India is looking forward for like-minded professionals or consultants or somebody who is looking to career change right now, or someone who is already into some business and want to start consulting as a practice, some financial advisors, some real estate advisors. And we are having this invitation today to become Franchise India partner as independent franchise consultant. So Franchise India, having three companies, we run three companies largely. In India, we are known as Franchise India because we do around 200 events. So every city we go, organize an event, invite investors, brands also we get over there, and do matchmaking. So our consultants are putting time and helping investors to get into some business which is rightly fitted for their market, rightly fitted as per their experience, and also in terms of the investment, because there can be a 5 lakh rupees investment, there can be a 50 lakh rupees investment, and there can be 5 CR, there can be 50 CR. So Franchise India advisors are business doctors which are helping our investors to design a right and structured a deal which is the right business opportunity for them. And that's Franchise India. Second is Fran Global. Fran Global is our international arm of the business, and we are market entry for global brands in India. So as we say today, we have around 300 international brands with us, and we also have around 18,000 businesses, brands in India. You can check our website, franchiseindia.com. You will see around 18,000 businesses who are registered with us, and we are helping them in expansion of the business. And globally, we have 300 opportunities which are now in India. And Franchise India is also proud to announce that we are also having, biggest brand portfolio wherein we have invested. So we have around 45 global brands today in India wherein we have invested as master franchise. And these are all premium brands, global brands now present in India. And Franchise India have invested as master. And now we are looking forward for city partners, area franchise developers, and also then unit franchisees. So that's wherein Franchise India want to further expand our network and look forward for a like-minded people. So that's what this special webinar today. In this webinar, I'll also give you some guidelines. We have Q&A box in this, because this is a one-sided webinar. We don't have an opportunity when you can talk to us, but we will also ask some questions in the Q&A box, and you will also use Q&A box for your questions, queries, and we'll also ask questions in between. And please use Q&A box to reply back to us. And that's why we are today present here. Now on panel, if I can give you some introduction, my name is Sanjay. I am CEO Director of Franchise India. I have my team, which is a leadership team. Plus, we have also management team also joined in this, because we are very serious about it. When we are offering our own franchise partnership program, we are very serious. So we will also understand who is there with us, what's your profile, which city you are joined from. We'll ask you question in Q&A box. So please use Q&A box to give us all answers there. But please do not raise your hand, because that option is not available here. So we have our team joined us. Sajid has joined us from Bangalore. Kuldeep has joined us from Delhi corporate office. Shaktivel has joined us from Chennai, Tamil Nadu, and along with Kapil. Bimal has joined us from Kolkata office. We also have Sumendu Das. He has also joined from Franchise India platform. And also we have Ms. Sonia Chaudhary, the Managing Director at Franchise India. And we also have our Chairman, Mr. Gaurav Maria. He has also joined this webinar wherein we will set up the perspective and give you full understanding about Franchise India journey so far, because you should know which company you are talking about to join in. So we'll give you complete understanding about journey so far, last 27 years, how we started, and what is overall our business, and then what is our growth story till now. And second would be industry. What does franchise industry look like today, and how is now expected next 10 years, 20 years it would look like? We are talking about India is the right market for all global brands to expand now. That also we will throw light on. Third, we'll also give you some understanding about IFC as a model, business model, and what is our structure, what we offer, and how you can become partner with Franchise India. So our request would be that it's a 1 hour program. Please be there and use Q&A box whenever you have any question, any query. Please put it in Q&A box. And first, I'd like to invite our chairman, Mr. Gaurav Maria, to welcome once again to you all, plus also to set up the perspective and take this over. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, Sanjay, and welcome friends, and welcome to this very, very special webinar called Independent Franchise Consultant. It's a very proud moment for us that we've built a network which is the world's largest franchise consultant network, and we operate in many, many countries. Yesterday, I was in Sri Lanka. We started our Sri Lanka operations with our Independent Franchise Consultants office. And not only our India subcontinent we exist, but we are now from North America to Australia to Mongolia to the entire GCC and also Southeast Asia. We have a large presence. But whatever we do outside is exciting, but very exciting is India. India, we have coverage in about 97 cities, and we are very, very excited to expand that. So what are we going to cover in this webinar? I'm going to take maybe 5 minutes to give you perspective why we started what we do today and why we are so excited about this whole opportunity. Then I'll pass it on to Sonia to give a little overview about the industry, franchise industry. She will also give you a little bit about how this whole brokerage model works and maybe a little bit on the business model. And then Sanjay would take care of the entire presentation. We have a presentation to place where we will take you through the whole presentation, also the whole journey of becoming a independent franchise consultant and your growth path. Because I am a big believer that unless and until you see a long-term career opportunity and long-term growth path, it will never be exciting. And that's what it's been designed. And we are very fortunate that we have a very successful network today. While we are the largest and the only network in the world, but also very successful network. And this has happened because of so much of persistence and so much of value which our IFC partners brought in. And also the level of qualification these IFC partners have brought into our network also helped us to create a great consulting network. So I'll tell you a little bit of my journey first. So I started as a small business about 30 years back and built the business, successful business. And it used to always trouble me that if I was successful and I had some money and I want to start a business, there was no resource available in the market to consult. Rather, I used to say that there were only two resources which people would see. One I call the 2F. One was friends and second was family when you're choosing a business. And there was nothing else. There was no professional service. And on the other side, when I wanted to look at other asset class, like you want to buy a property, you want to buy a mutual fund, you want to buy insurance, you want to buy any other asset class, there were so many consultants available who can guide you through. While in late 90s, that was also not available. The whole mutual fund industry was also not available, but it started to happen. The whole wealth management, guiding you in terms of what investment you should do. But when it comes to active investment, there was nobody. So on a lighter note, I used to say, either you will go to a friend, if he's successful, whatever he's doing, you try to copy it. You'll go to a distant relative who's very successful, you will try to copy him. Or you will just follow somebody you feel is good. It might not be good. I call the fools, the 3F. One's the friends, family, and fools. Like one time in Delhi, NCR, there were 26,000 pool tables. People thought that a pool table was a great business idea. I don't know where these pool tables have gone. And many businesses come like that and go away because people just invest into impulsive way. They don't know the business well because they feel that everybody is doing it, let me do that. And that's why they waste a lot of money and they lose a lot of money. So I wanted to be the fourth F, the intelligent way of investing in any business. We call making an investment through a very informed decision. And this happened because I, late 90s, had an opportunity to go to US. I was very impressed in the whole US economy, how economy was built, how they were helping entrepreneurs to grow, small businesses to grow. On the other side, the brands used franchising for expansion. And I felt that this was a great system, and that's what has made American economy such a big economy. So I returned back to India in late 90s, which is 1999, and started Franchise India. And the first step we did was to build the knowledge base. So we started our magazines, we started our exhibitions, and then subsequently build a large consulting enterprise. Today, we are very proud. We are 1,200 people and operate in 13 countries. And India, as I said, we are in 97 cities. But more importantly, the impact we have been able to create in this country by encouraging entrepreneurship. Rather, my vision is now democratizing entrepreneurship, which means that anybody can become an entrepreneur. And that's what the opportunity is, because every home has somebody who's looking to start a business. Every home, even every one of you who's joined in from wherever you joined in, if you look back and say, do you know somebody who wants to start a business? You'll say, yes, absolutely. There's so many people around you who all the time talk. Even if you're working in a job and you go to a job, people are talking about what business they can do, right? Or where they can invest. So investing into an active business is a reality. This is the only way you can develop your economy. The only way you can develop your country is creating entrepreneurs. India, while we have a shining economy, we say we want to become a $5 trillion economy, but our unemployment rate is 7.8%. 7.8% people don't have job in this country. So if we have to create and address this, you need to create entrepreneurs who would further create jobs. And that is a mission of Franchise India. That's what we do for a living. And we're very proud that today we are not only just successful, we are absolute market leaders. Absolute market leaders means that out of every 10 franchise sold in this country, 9 are sold through Franchise India. So that is the kind of impact we do. And this impact doesn't come from just our brokerage arm. It comes from our magazines, our shows, our digital platforms, and so on and so forth. So friends, this is an invitation. This is an invitation for people who are interested to build their consulting practice to join Franchise India and start working as an independent franchise consultant. And this has 2 platforms. One is brands, which we provide you. And we have exclusive partnership with all the brands. And these are not just limited to Indian brands. We have global brands. We have large multinationals, a lot of Indian large companies from Tata's, Reliance, all the major groups. And we have also investors who have shown interest to buy a business. Rather, this is my impact area. Brands is fine, but this is where the real value comes in. And we have made hundreds of crores investment over the last 27 years to create this ecosystem. We are doing this show in 29th and 30th in Bombay. I extend my invite to all of you want to come. 35,000 people would come from all over India who are looking to buy a business. You can see 35,000 people who are coming and say, I want to invest 30 lakh rupees. I want to invest 1 crore. I want to invest 10 crores. How much investment is coming on that 2 days available for our brands to come in? And we will all also have our IFC partners. They all are coming there. And they would actually take the investors and introduce them to the brands and do the transaction. And this is a high-ticket business. You make good money, and it's also very satisfying because you have created one more entrepreneur who would go and create more value in the market. And I always say that more entrepreneurs you create, more people do business because of you, more lives are being made because of you. You find yourself more accomplished in terms of what you're able to bring to the world. So friends, I will ask one question and then I pass it on to Sonia. Please introduce yourself on a Q&A box. There is a Q&A box. You have to introduce yourself, what brings you here, and also tell your profile. So if you're a professional, write P. Just write P so we understand that you're a professional, and also write your city. If you're a business owner, which means that you're doing some business, write B. And if you want to share your business, very good. And also write your city. And if you are somebody who's a management consultant, which means that you're doing some kind of a consulting or you have experience on consulting, it can be consulting, it can be counseling, it can be learning and development, it can be coaching, any kind of a consulting coaching experience, write MC and your city. And if you are in a career change, which means now you're looking for a new career, then just write C and your city. It's very important for us to know these four things because we will be able to gauge where you're coming from and also your city, because not every city is open now for becoming an IFC partner, because we have some cities we already closed. Some cities we are rather more aggressively looking at it. So it becomes very important for us to know. So P for professional, B for business owner, MC for management consultant, and C for career change. Please help me to understand your profile. Please go out and write on Q&A box and let me see who started writing. So there is Vishwdeep, who's written from Jaipur, and he's a management consultant. So Vishwdeep, Jaipur is a top market for us, and we're very, very keen on this market. You need to get in touch with Kuldeep, and he'll be talking to you, understanding where you're coming from, and then we will start working on that. Now we have Ashwini Kumar. Ashwini is a financial consultant and also works in Faridabad. So we are in Faridabad, actually border of Delhi and Faridabad, the Taj Hotel. We are just above Taj Hotel. And Ashwini, we'd love to invite you to our corporate office because you're in just about a few kilometers from us. And Kuldeep would give you a tour and also introduce to Sanjay Bhatt. And depending on your availability, please come down and you will see our infrastructure. You will see our offices. You meet our people. There are large team members who work in this place. We have 500 people working in this environment. So welcome once again, Ashwini. And then we have Nitish Mukherjee, who is from West Bengal, and he's also a massive management consultant. I'm very happy that why I ask management consultant, because you will understand where I'm coming from. And Nitish Bimal Agarwal is the lead for West Bengal. We have office in Calcutta, a large office in Calcutta. So you can also visit there and meet them. Then we have Nikunj, who's coming from Pune. Nikunj, we have also in Pune, we have World Trade Center, our office. And I'd love to know more about your profile, what you were doing earlier, and what you're looking to do at. But it's a great time when you are a C. Why? Because now you have ability to take what you want to do. You can step back sometimes when you are a C and think over what you always wanted to do. So if this is something which you want to do, you want to become a consultant and help others, then you're most welcome to have a discussion with us. And Sajid would be the right person to talk to you, and he will take the discussion ahead. Then we have Anand from Hyderabad. A great profile, Anand. The absolute match. Somebody who's a wealth management guy matches with our business, because if you're wealth, I'll explain you a little more. If you're wealth management, you're advising people to park their money in passive investments, right? And it's a tough job telling people, oh, invest here, invest there, and it needs skills. But there are many people doing that, and almost every banker in the market is a wealth management guy. It's a highly commoditized and a very low margin business. If I do the same thing in advising people to start an active business, it becomes very high ticket and nobody's doing it, right? So you can just shift your skills from where you are to something more promising, right? It just changes everything. It's the same skill utilized for a much bigger product, and people have more desire to run their own businesses rather than just investing into flat opportunities. Flat opportunity means I have no control. If I invest into ITC, I have no control. I cannot grow the business exponentially because I'm not in the control. I'm not in the driving seat. But if you run your own business, you can take it to any height and build value, not only for your generation, but for the next generation also. So think over it. And I'm in Hyderabad day after. No, not after. I'm on 24th. So if Sajid does a call with you and your profile was right, then I don't mind meeting you face to face for some time. And then we have Nagabhushan, who's from Bangalore, financial consultant, again, great profile. I see a lot of financial consultants, which makes very interesting. And Sajid is actually based out of Bangalore. So we have office in MG Road. So we can and Mr. Abhishek Paul is also from Calcutta, again a financial consultant, great profile. Abhishek Bimal Agarwal would love to invite you to our office and see our office, meet our senior team. We have CEO for East India, Mr. Anand Agarwal. He will meet you. Then we have Vikas from Dehradun, again a management consultant. I'm surprised this time we do this webinar quite frequently, but we have a lot of good profile of people coming in, because I don't like people coming who are, oh, I'm running my retail shop, and they're too busy. They don't have time for consulting. Uh, I'm not saying anything wrong about it, but if you are too busy, then how do you take time for a consulting business, right? Then we have Sonia, who's from Pune, uh, and again from finance and insurance industry. So she comes from the same background. Good to connect, Sonia. So she's we'll be in touch with Sajid. And then we have Venkateshan, who's engineer. I don't know what you do and currently your job, or you're not working. Then we have T.S. Mahesh, who's from Tumkur, who's a management consultant. Again, a management consultant. So great. Anybody who's management consultant can understand us completely. And Praveen is Nagpur. Now, this city, I'm extremely keen. Jaipur and Nagpur, I'm very keen, because we have a huge demand and we are underserviced in these markets. Some markets we have very large capabilities, uh, but Jaipur and Nagpur is a very big focus. Every 2 months we do the show there. We have a huge demand from these markets. So I will like Sanjay Bhatt also to get involved, and once the teams filter down, then he will have a call with you to see what we can do together. And then we have Sridhar Rao from Bangalore. Welcome, Sridhar. Then we have Mr. Alam from Mathura city. Welcome, Chandra from Kolkata. Then we have Arun from Riyadh. Now, this is also an exciting city for me. We are coming with a show in Riyadh in January. 27th, 28th, 29th, we have a big show. And Riyadh is a big market. I have almost 50 global brands representation for Saudi Arabia. And I'm extremely keen to have somebody working with me. And it's not small ticket. India is very different. India, we sell franchisees for unit franchise for 30 lakhs, 50 lakhs. But when you do deals which are Saudi Arabia deals, single deal is $1 million deal. And a single deal can make you $50,000 or $100,000. So it's a big ticket game. And every 2 months, I'm myself in Saudi Arabia. And it's a very high thing. And I will like to have a discussion with you, Arun, directly. Maybe Sanjay Bhatt directly talks to you, understand where you're coming from, and then maybe have a joint call. And then we have Mahesh from Bangalore. Then we have Venkateshan from Tamil Nadu, Salem. Then we have Mr. Datta, who's come from Howrah. Then we have Krishan Kumar from Chennai, real estate consultant. Again, a good profile. Real estate is also an asset class with high competition. But ours is a similar work, but zero competition. So Saktivel would be in touch with you. Then we have Depriya, financial consultant again. Then we have Sonia is actually from Kolhapur. Again, very entrepreneurial city. Kolhapur, very entrepreneurial city. We have done a lot of projects in Kolhapur. The last one we did was for Sanjay Gudawat Group, where we created their Star Shop franchise. But we also do, the big Gadgil, PM Gadgil as a jewelry franchise from there. So if you see, our portfolio is very big, so from FMCG to hotels, everything in between, we do franchise. And sometimes you get surprised the kind of portfolio we hold, from education, healthcare, services, technology. So I give example, the micro franchise is Uber or a Ola driver who takes a car and becomes a franchise for that, and to a JW Marriott, anything in between or even more. Actually, Coca-Cola is the world's #1 brand in franchise. And it's a huge opportunity, right? Varun Beverages, which is a public listed company, owns Pepsi in India, is a franchise, right? Just go and see the market cap of Varun Beverages. It owns Pepsi in India. And so it's a franchise. So franchising has a huge opportunity. As Sanjay was saying, anything and everything you consume comes from franchise. Then we have Pranay, who's from Bhubaneswar. And then we have Ranjit, who's from Hyderabad again. So Ranjit, mm, Sajid is your guy. You need to talk to him. And Sharan, who's from Baleri. Again, a good city, very rich city, a mining city of Karnataka, but people are looking for a lot of diversification. They're looking for a lot of other avenues. So great. I was supposed to do only 5 minutes, but we extended a lot because I think I wanted to read every profile and it's very important. So friends, it's very important for you to understand the business model, understand how it works. So I will invite Sonia. She will take you through the whole structure, and then she will pass it on to Sanjay for taking a presentation. And Sonia comes with 2 decades of a large business broking background, and she has built this network and a very, very successful network, the world's best franchise network. So she will be able to share her own experiences also, how it does done. And I will take the leave, and I have to join another meeting. So over to you, Sonia, and taking the lead, and then passing on to Sanjay to finish with the presentation. Thank you very much, and thanks for your time today.
Thank you. And friends, a very good evening to all of you. I would say it's wonderful to see such a wealth of experience on this webinar across different geographies and profile. And I would say this is what makes our IFC opportunity very strong. And in fact, Franchise India has the largest network today, which is represented in most of the cities in India through our IFC partners. And it extends even beyond India, which means even countries like Nepal, Bangladesh, we're there in Sri Lanka, we're there in Thailand. A lot of these countries are represented by our IFC partners. So, and like Sanjay also said, so we are a company which has been in the industry for the last 27 years. And franchising is something that we all breathe and we eat every day. Worked, with a lot of startups, small businesses, large enterprise, corporates, and also, we are very humbly stating that we work with the largest community of people who want to start a business or buy a business. So we are a company which has been democratizing entrepreneurship through all our group companies put together. And all of you, I think Gaurav did talk about a show which is coming up in Mumbai. Now, this happens to be one of the largest shows in the world and second largest after the show that we do in Delhi, which is the biggest show that we do. This becomes our second largest show. And we'll have more than 600 companies, Indian companies, international companies, which are coming exhibiting. And we have more than 30,000 people, investors who want to buy businesses. And the most interesting part is most of the brands in this exhibition would be represented by our IFC partners and the teams of Franchise India, which means almost every company who's even participating, working with us, they also give a mandate to us to help them recruit their partners. They pay for their booths, they come for the show. And my teams represent all these booths. Our partners represents all these opportunities. So, friends, I'll start with saying that we always understood this demand and was very, very big. And initially there was also, I would say, a supply gap, because when we started working in franchise industry, the supply side, or I would say demand, was always very big, and there was a latent demand, I would say. And when we came in, we realized there was a big demand of people who wanted to start a business, and that is very interesting, because India historically has been called, and very fondly called, a shopkeeper nation, because every home would have somebody who wants to start a business. And franchising has been a very powerful wealth creation and entrepreneurial engine for more than 100 years now. And this is the engine that we want to reinforce through our IFC program. And this is what it is based on. And even if you look at franchising, I don't know how many you've followed franchising, you have seen businesses or you've seen in the depth that we do. Franchising is a very big catalyst for entrepreneurship, and also the most democratic wealth creation tool in the human history. And in fact, it is also the epitome for small businesses. So if you look at US, which is the largest economy when it comes to franchising, more than 1 million US franchisees are owned by single unit franchisees who own and operate these single units. So our core driver, the foundation of Franchise India, Fran Global, the two big entities that we run in Indian market, international market, has been entrepreneurship. And also the initiative, the premise for us to start the IFC program was to partner with entrepreneurs like yourself who become our partners. But most importantly, who have the skills and the intent to drive entrepreneurship like we all have. And so if I talk about some of the fundamentals of franchising and why we feel this industry would have more space for more and more people to come and become advisors, because if you look at our presence, we're there in 97 cities, going all global. But even cities which has the largest number of our IFC partners or my teams, including cities like Delhi, Bangalore, Bombay, I still have a bigger opportunity and a bigger demand, which currently is not being serviced. And the reason is because India has very strong fundamentals of domestic consumption. We talked about it, and consumption franchising are proportionate. So as you see the growth in consumption, franchising also grows. The last 10 years in history of franchising, India has witnessed almost about four-fold growth. In the next 10 years, this growth will be almost 10x, which is 10 times of what it has happened in the last 10 years, is the growth which franchise industry would see in the next 10 years. And the more interesting part, if you see about consumption franchising, if you look at global franchising, US being the biggest market globally, India today is the second largest market, which is almost about 200 billion now. And franchising globally is a $3 trillion market, which is very, very big, which means that it is even bigger than the GDP of our country. And the rate at which India is growing is fastest across all top economies. Even if you compare with US and some of the other leading economies, even UK, some Asian economies, India is amongst the top economies. By GDP, we are growing faster, and so is the rate of franchising. So globally, the average rate of franchising is approximately 8 to 15%, at which the franchising grows in most of the countries where franchising is mature. India, the growth rate is about 30%, which means every year there's 30% increment in franchising. So consumption story, like I said, is very impressive. And that's what keeps the engine of our economy also going. Nearly 70% of our GDP in India is driven by domestic consumption, and which is very, very high compared to economies like China, which is just about 53%. So if you look at consumption cycles, they are changing big time. As consumers ourselves, I'm sure you ask yourself, our consumption cycles are changing. While as a country, I would say we are still low per capita income in many categories across the entire consumption spectrum. If we compare that with global average or some of the Asian markets like Korea, Indonesia, the consumption per capita consumption is much higher than India. But all that is changing, and consumption has been a very big lever for growth in franchising. The second dynamic, which is also very important, is all that we consume is becoming more branded. There's formalization of consumption, which is happening. We are consuming more brands than we used to consume 10 years back, 20 years back, 30 years back. And not only brands and products, but we're also consuming more services. There was a time 20 years back when there was modernization of the product industry that took place. Today, we see modernization of services also. So it includes services like your laundry services, your direct-to-home healthcare services. All that is becoming branded today. Just to give an example of food, we all consume, and eating out, it looks like everybody. And this is also one of the categories or industry where we receive the highest number of demand from people who want to invest in F&B concept services. So food service alone has one of the most fragmented industry, a lot of local brands, marina stores. And the branded segment of the domestic consumption part is expected to, they should be more than 50% by 2025. So, and this would be the first time ever, where I would say unorganized sector, unbranded sector, or vanilla, operators, they will become small, and the organized segment, the branded segment, will become more powerful. So, which means 51% of the entire market would become branded. Third thing which I also want to talk about is the growth of the first-time entrepreneurs in India. I'm sure all of you who've come here, you're all professionals working in different companies. There's a big growth. Even if you look at the profiles, we talked about everybody's profile today on this webinar. And same is something that you witness also in the business buyer community. Today, 60% of people who are buying businesses are people who have no experience of running and operating any form of business, neither their own businesses, neither a franchise business. This community has become almost 6x. 15 years back, or I would say 20 years back, there were only 10% of people out of 100 franchisees we would sell. Only 10 people who had experience, no experience, would take a franchisee. 90% people came with some kind of background of franchising or businesses they operated. But this community of business buyer in India has become very, very big. And this will go to become at least about 75% in the next 5 years. And finally, I see a lot of you coming from tier 2, tier 3 cities, which also is a very big opportunity. If you look at small cities and towns, there's dearth of job opportunities which can give you maybe a high package. And that is only limited to the top metro cities like Delhi, Bombay, Bangalore, Hyderabad. And franchising comes as a very big thumbs up, because if you don't want to move out, you want to start something on your own. I'll give you an example. I think a couple of days back, and this demand is very big today. The investor has become more evolved. They're asking more brands, even the brands which have not come to India or even announced their entry. I have investors who ask for these companies and they want to take a franchisee. A couple of days back, I had somebody from Surat in Gujarat who reached out to us. Obviously, he's into the textile business. And he wanted to take a international brand, Egyptian brand. It's a desert brand. So you can imagine how the awareness of the overall opportunity and the aspiration of investor is going up. In this year alone, India would have seen almost about 80 international companies coming to India, which are market entries. And out of these 80 entries in India, including, I would say, giants like Reliance and Aditya Birla, who also took a lot of international brands, Franchise India and Fran Global alone brought in about 40 international market entries. And all of you, if you are coming to our Bombay show, which I would recommend everybody should visit that show, so that you understand what we do and how we do. And we are representing all these opportunities for the very first time in the Indian market. So there's a big ecosystem that we manage. And today, and like Gaurav also mentioned, today India needs to create a lot of jobs. Nearly a million jobs a month are required, at least for the next 10 years. But out of these 1 million jobs which are required every year, only 25% of that is serviced. And there's a big delta of 75%, which means only 25% people are getting jobs, and there are 75% who have no jobs. And franchising is a way to buy oneself a job. And why IFC channel? If you look at even the learning curve, it's always very big for things that we have not done in a life. So we thought, why not collaborate with people and make this learning curve shorter, bring in our validated learning, and train our partners who want to get into franchising. I think somebody asked, a bit about franchising. So we also do a 3 big, full days of training program in the headquarter of Franchise India, which is in NCR. And this is a residential program where we take you through the entire concept of franchising, different models of franchising. And we take you through entire business formats and products that we have. So this is an asset-light model because it's relatively very small investment. Today, even if you want to open a small chai shop, and we work with many of them across the country, and the smallest investment in any opportunity today that you would make is not less than 10 to 15 lakhs. Even a preschool, a small preschool would cost you about 25, 30 lakhs. A chai shop, a small kiosk would cost you anything between 10 to 15 lakhs. Unlike these businesses, which also have a throughput issue, I would say they cannot do beyond a certain throughput from that location. Our business is very asset light. There's no capex involved, but it is intellect heavy, which means our biggest asset is our partner. There's no infrastructure, no working capital. The only dependency that we need is the time that you bring on the table and the knowledge that you bring. And that is what our people who work with us, our companies, our brands and investors look forward for. And like I said, unlike a lot of other businesses, we are knowledge business, which requires everyday learning to be able to advise business buyers. And we need people who come with that mindset of growth and believe in the purpose of democratizing entrepreneurship. So I'd like to give back to Sanjay, friends. We'll run you through a small presentation about what this opportunity is all about. And we'll be happy to meet as many of you in this week and the coming week. Sanjay, over to you.
Thank you so much for setting up the right perspective and giving us overall overview of the industry and the franchise India journey. So friends, we will take another 10 minutes of yours. So we'll give you some understanding about business model, what we offer, and how you can become part of Franchise India. So first slide is saying what is franchising. We have discussed this $4.8 trillion industry. Anything we consume today is coming from a franchise category or franchise industry. Category-wise, sector-wise, you will see everything today. Everything, almost all businesses are franchising. Technology-based, healthcare, financial services, all are franchise. Now you will see if you go to healthcare or financial services, these are very, very big categories. Healthcare. Now you will see there are so many clinics which have not been earlier there before COVID time, and now we have e-clinics also, which are all franchised. So today we have got direct-to-home consumer services. Direct-to-home is also service which is franchise. We have elderly healthcare services also, which were not earlier there, which is direct-to-home. and this is all franchised, right? It can be any lab testing or anything which is we consume today is all franchise. So if you see today, pet care is also now becoming a good evolving category, which is again franchise, right? And then auto is absolutely a very, very big category. And now we see EV segment also. EV segment has also come into franchise. And along with EV segment, you also need charging stations. So charging stations has become another business opportunity for people to get into. Business services are all franchise, right? Even a courier company comes to your home is also franchise. Kids going school, franchise. Kids consuming today, anything which is food, which is anything which is you talk about, or clothing or accessories, or even there are some yoga centers which are for kids, the separate yoga centers, also franchise. So anything which we use as a service or what we consume today is coming from one of the franchise company. And what we are talking about today is what we offer. We offer you a tablet. T stands for technology. Technology would mean we'll create a CRM for you when you come on the board, and we will create Franchise India domain email ID for you, which is Franchise India representation, because you will be using Franchise India domain email ID for all your communications and business purpose. A stands for excess of infrastructure. As we said, we don't need an office. We don't need an office for this business. We don't need any big infrastructure, not at all. Absolutely no investment required. So we have offices. You are free to open and use our offices wherever you are. B stands for brands. We have the day you join, you take training, and the first set of brand list is 500 brands will be handed over to you. But we will make you understand how things are happening, how you have to work. We'll create your brand portfolio, which category you want to work. If someone is category specialist, you want to choose one category. Someone is looking forward for particularly any maybe domestic companies, international companies, or maybe fast master franchise. It depends on your profile, but we will also help to structure it well so that initially we are giving you full support in this. We give you full support in terms of helping you with the brands, helping you with investors, helping you with joint calls, and then taking this business at the closure stage as well. As far as leads are concerned, leads, there is not even a single lead you have to generate, not even a single penny you have to invest in terms of marketing or any promotional activities. E stands for events. So we are an event company, as we just said. We are now organizing this event in Mumbai. It's a very, very large event, which is franchise, retail, real estate, and then there are other things also. There are awards, conferences, a lot of workshops happening across, but you have no investment. So our partners are coming from all over India. All over India are coming, and now they will be part of this event. Even their pickup, drop, or even staying there is also on us. What you are bringing in is your availability, is your time. So you are giving time to this business, and the rest is all set, all ready there. We have 3 days training, which is T. This will be first time, which is physical training in our corporate office, and next is 21st, 22nd, and 23rd of December, where we'll be having 3 days training. We had just finished last batch in office, and these 3 days, it will be in-depth understanding and training about the industry, about our brand structuring, or our fundamentals, or the process, and how to do this business. That will give you 3 days complete understanding. And here again, your pickup drop will be done by us, your food arrangements done by us, your staying arrangement is all done by us. Only you have to come to Delhi to corporate office. Now, what's our proposed structure? Proposed structure says that there has to be some growth ladder, because everyone is getting his own or her own capability and time also. So this business is return on involvement and return on intelligence, because this is our ROI of the business. There's another ROI, which is return on investment, which is not applicable here. The ROI which is applicable is return on involvement and return on intelligence. Involvement means you have to be involved. You have to be there. And if you're involved, you will do business and you will get growth. If you are not bringing in capability of knowing brands, knowing industry, then you will not be able to, do the matchmake. So what it means? You training. Training is also the backbone which we have. And every day we do training to our IFC partners with new brand, new launches, new products, and everything would be done in a very systematic way. And you will join, you'll attend these training programs, and then do maximum business. So if you are involved, how much involvement is there? You are putting in 4 hours, 5 hours, full day, and we have full-time IFC partners also. And we have some who have some 4 or 5 hours a day. Sometimes you are out and you are not even given 1 hour also. So that would mean that your growth is in your hands. Your expectation of earning potential is also in your hands. But when you join at entry level. So you are at an entry level, and everyone has to join an entry level. So now, if you hit 15 lakh rupees revenue, 15 lakh rupees would mean gross revenue. And if you hit 15 deals, whichever is coming early, you will jump to the next category, which is IFC Elite membership. And if you hit 50 lakh or 30 deals, you will hit Pro membership. So that means there's a growth. There's a growth at every level. And then Master is a different game altogether. So now this business, when we are talking about 15 lakh rupees revenue, even for this also, we are helping you. We are supporting you. We are doing joint calls, joint meetings, and everything done by Franchise India, because our regional heads who are there. The only work what we all do is to support our IFC channel partners to get this business done. So we'll make you qualify, and we'll make you go to the next level, and obviously you will get better payouts and better facilities at every level. So how you can grow, what you get at elite membership and at base level and pro level, master level. So my next slide is very, very important slide. Please now follow this. At base level, you are my 40% shareholder, and then you'll become 50%. So we become 50-50 at elite. That would mean when you are only 15 lakh rupees revenue you cross, you are becoming my 50% partner. And when you hit pro level, you are becoming 60% partner. And when you are a master, at master level, you get 70, we get 30. The best part in this is even at 70%, you are not even investing even a single penny on anything. So we still continue giving you all brands, all the leads, and all events, training, and everything which is required. And all these events, as I said, only your involvement. You have to be part of this. Rest, there is no investment. And when you have work we start, we give you complete understanding about products. Now, there are 4 products. Apart from 4 products, there are other products also which we are giving understanding to partners, because whenever you put any effort or you do any revenue kind of, you get reward. So we reward you and award you for every effort you do. And that's wherein we build this structure with 4 products, which are our core products. Now, when we are working with investors, and then we work with brands. If you see I stands for investor, B stands for brands. So these are the 2 communities we work. But the fact is, when we work with investor, we onboard an investor. When we work with brand, we onboard the brand. Would mean there's a charges when we start working with any investor or a brand, because our product is time. As a consulting company, we are all advisors, we are all consultants. So our product is time. When we give time to someone, we charge for that. And that's what the fee is coming to us. Now, IA stands for investor acquisition. Investor acquisition simply means investor onboard. So when we onboard an investor, we do the investor registration. That becomes our first product. And when we service the investor, means we start finding a right match. And when we do this, it may take 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, sometimes 6 months also. But investor also has to pay us investor service fees, IS. That will be when we service. And at the same time, whichever brand we sell, the investor, brand also will pay us brand service fees, and all 3 products, what we get combinedly, you have 40% on all 3 products. So if I can throw some example on this, investor onboarding is a charge which starting with 25,000, because we have different investments from the investor side. If it is as low as less than 20 lakh, so we charge 25,000 rupees as investor registration fees. Now you can calculate, if you do 10 registrations in a month, what you do is you get 25, and I'm talking about base price. I'm not talking about anything upper side, because as per the investment goes up, our registration fees is also going up, which is from 25,000 up to 2 lakh, 3 lakh, 5 lakh also. So I'm just talking about what is base level. Base level says it's 25,000 rupees. Into 10, you get 2.5 lakh. So 2.5 lakh will come to Franchise India. Your share is 40%. Very simple. And when we start servicing and you start getting a franchisee's closure, and you also get 50,000 as IS fees from the same investor who have paid you 25 earlier. And because the investment was under 20 lakh, in under 20 lakh category, we have minimum 50,000 rupees, which investor has to pay us. Otherwise, if we go to 20 lakh and 50 lakh in between, then there's a different registration fees, and then there's a different investor acquisition and investor service fees both. But as we are talking about the base level, so all these 10 investors whom you service will get you minimum 50,000 into 10, 5 lakh rupees. Now this 5 lakh rupees also get you 40% will share your share. And at the same time, brand will also pay us its service fees. Now, 10 different investors might have got 10 different brands. And as per the brand you sell to the investor, we have brand service fees, which is 2 lakh, 3 lakh, 4 lakh. But in some cases, we also have 10 lakh, 20 lakh, up to 50 lakh also. So as average, if I talk about maybe 2 lakh rupees per deal from the brand side, this becomes 2 lakh into 10, because 10 have bought franchise to you overall. And this is 1 month I'm talking about. We have to repeat this. Every month we repeat. So it is the same process. You are fully open to do 10 IA, 20 IA, 5 IA, 1 IA, 2 IA. As I said, it is return on involvement, how involved you are. And you set a benchmark, how much you want to earn out of this. Then you will do the investor acquisition. And for this, we are also helping you in terms of joint calls and helping you to meet investors you have, getting office outside. There are a lot of joint meetings what we do. And if there is any HNI investor or ultra HNI having 1 CR and above, then our chairman is also putting his time to have first round of meeting with our investor along with the IFC partner. Then we suggest him do the registration, and that can be done as 1 lakh, 2 lakh, 3 lakh. In some cases, we have 5 lakh also. Only the registration fees, and we can understand if there is a deal which is going to be done later on, how much success fees we get or service fees we get. Fourth product is a BD, but before that, as I said, if we have calculated on 10, so would mean first registration IA, you get 25 into 10, that was 2.5 lakh. So your 40% is 1 lakh. Then service fees is minimum 50,000 into 10. It becomes 5 lakh. Your share is 40%. That means you get 2 lakh out of this. And then if we assume there is 2 lakh rupees, each brand is paying us, 2 lakh into 10 becomes 20 lakh. So you still get 40% again on this. So would mean 8 lakh rupees will come to you. So by just doing the simple calculation of 10 investors on board, you get 1 lakh, 2 lakh, and 10 lakh, 8 lakh, which is 11 lakh total you get. But the process will remain same next month. You keep on doing these investor acquisitions. And why we do this? Because we want to lock the investor before we put in our time. And we want to work with only someone who is serious. And someone who is giving you a registration fees is serious. Otherwise, there are so many investors coming, just want to explore, not so serious. So we want to save our time. We want to give our time to someone who is serious. That's how we work. Fourth product is BD, which is brand on board. Business development means when you are also in the market, we are also in the market. We also take new brands on board who want to expand their business through franchise route. So we get them ready, their all business model, all documentation, their strategies, their financials, their agreements, everything we do for them. Then we prepare them, get them ready for franchise, and then we do marketing. All marketing will be done by us as Franchise India. All like lead generation every month for next 1 month, 1 year, 2 year, we do that. And minimum brand onboarding fees is 7.5 lakh. And we also have a fixed set program, which is 7.5, 15, 40, and 75 lakhs. It's onboarding, depending on brand to brand, depending on services which we have to give. and depending on also a rollout plan, what brand is looking at, how much franchisees they want to open in next 1 year or 2 year or 3 year. So minimum is 7.5. Now you can give us only reference. Reference would mean that you come to know about some brand who is looking forward for expansions, franchising, and you have seen some advertisement, you have come to my event, you meet someone who is not right now on board with us and taking our maybe marketing service, or anywhere you see businesses, brands or advertisements on Instagram, social media, saying franchise inquiries, saying some about franchising, you can reach out, you can share with us the reference, and this is only reference sharing. You get 20% off what we get. So if you do, suppose 2 brand on board every month or 1 month, maybe you can do 3, 10, 5, whatever. It's your choice, how much you want to work, how much you want to prospect. So if we close, we will charge minimum 7.5 lakh plus GST, and or it can go up. There's nothing beyond below this. So if we charge 7.5 and we get 2 from your side, which you are free to do, and brand and reference can be from anywhere, anywhere. So we don't have geographically any challenge in this, any restriction for working and finding prospects. We can work across. And then what we do is, if we take 2 brand on board with 7.5 each, it becomes 15 lakh rupees. So your share is 20%. 20% means 3 lakh. 3 lakh will go to directly to you, right? Now, in this case, please understand, this is a proven business last 27 years. We've been doing it. Today, we have more than 1,100 brands on board with us, plus 300 international brands, which are company agreements, which are mandate to us, which are exclusive to us. And we are very happy to share that we have also Reliance. We have 5 fashion brands of Reliance also with us. And we have that. And we can bring any brand opportunity for any investor, but simply we register them and then we start finding the right match for them. Now, same process, if you go to elite level, if you are becoming now elite membership and you get with 50%, then same you get into 70%, then same 70 also out of this 3 products, and 1 product which we are talking about will remain same, because you have to give us only reference, whichever level you are at, and you will get straight away. For reference only, you get 20%. That's all we do. Lead wise, it will go up 50 minimum leads, which we give. There's a guaranteed minimum 50 leads every month, but it will go up. Anywhere you need 200, 300 also, we are open. Until you are not giving us feedbacks, we keep on sharing your leads. We keep on sharing. One is investor leads, another is brand-centered leads. So when you join, you take training, we give you some brands you want to drive. It can be as per your choice also, as per your experience also. Because we can design that, we can help you to have maybe 2 brands, 3 brands you want to exclusively you want to drive. And tomorrow, when you get any brand on board, you want to choose the same brand you want to drive. All leads throughout the year will be given to you only. Even if you have 1 brand you want to drive, there are 200, 300 franchise opportunities for every brand. And we can give you leads. You can take it pan-India also, you can take geographically wherever you want to drive. Leads is no problem at all, because we are a lead bank. And every month there's a 1 lakh minimum investors getting in touch with Franchise India for buying a franchise. So we have very, very big and data. We have very, very investor data. Investment or investors or this leads is absolutely there with us. So you don't have to do it. You come to my event, there is a ready-made investors who are coming, and we don't charge anything. Anyone can join our event and anyone can come. We have a fee structure in there. So we will give you serious investor database who have paid 750 rupees minimum in my monthly event. So we do around 15 to 20 monthly events, and you are free to go any city. You are free to use any platform where you can come and work and take database, and you can do a lot of business in this. So this is one business. Second revenue arm for you as a partner is we have a lot of incentives also, which is from brand side also, Franchise India side, and then which is also the brand which you drive. So brands who are associated with us, they also give some cash incentives to directly to our partners, because you work with them and you get growth for these brands, and you can also earn that cash incentive, which is direct. We also help you with a lot of kind kind incentives, that cash incentives, which are again from Franchise India side also. Third, we also run a contest. This contest would be quarterly. Every quarter we have international contest, and this international contest comes to you at certain target based. We have a qualification criteria, but at the same time, how we have structured that every partner who want to qualify will work with our team. Our team has got rather targets to make you qualify. So their qualification depends on your qualification. So if you qualify, and our teams are getting qualification. So we will make sure we support you, we help you to get qualification for that. So you get payouts, which is already there. We have got incentives you get. And third, you qualify for that contest also, which are 4 in a year. All investment done by Franchise India. So on this, our team will definitely get in touch, will help you more and give you understanding about this slide, and will help you to how you can structure your earning and how you want to drive that and what is your benchmark. It is you have to decide. Now, how you can become our partner. Now, only one criteria is that you need to have time. That's one. When you have time, you are available, you have to get involved. Then there is one fee, which is only one time, which is our registration or license fees, which is 5.5 lakh plus GST, which our team will make you understand how it is going to be done and why it is there, because we have a lot of investments now throughout 3 years of agreement for you. Rest, all we do for you, and you have no investment further. This is going to be license fees, because when you take any franchise, when you become partner with some brand, you take our brand name, you take our platform. This is a one license fees which we charge one time, and 3 years will be the agreement, and rest there is no investment. It's rather a lifetime opportunity, but there will be 3 years of agreement, and post the 3 years, we also have renewals, but largely we don't charge for any renewal, but it will be completely company decision whether we want to take you on board further, or you are involved, you are not involved. If you have not grown in these first 3 years, you are not involved, then I think important is that there is no point that you can get or we can get into renewal process. If you are growing, why we will leave you? Then there's a lifetime opportunity for both of us, but we'll structure it. We'll structure it, and we will give you complete understanding about this business, how to do this, make you qualify. And we have now recently done now US. US is also now closed. In Dubai, we have a partner. Thailand, we have a partner. We have now in 15 countries with the same understanding and same format, which we are now going to Canada also, and then we'll be doing cross-border businesses. And again, it is an opportunity for becoming partner with world's largest company, because that's why there is nobody outside. And if anyone who want to do business, want to expand, is going to work. Otherwise, you can understand if Reliance need us, then any ABC company need us, right? That's what the structure is all about. That's what this platform is all about. We have Tata, all products, all brands which are franchising, and everything is available. And for your investor who is there with you, if there's any further requirement, brand is not with us, we'll reach out, we'll get that opportunity. We can explore any brand for any opportunity for our investors, provided that is registered with us. And that is wherein we put a lot of time, and we go up to chairman level also to service our investor, because we are investor service company and franchise focus. So that's wherein we help our investors hand in hand. And as advisory, it takes a lot of time, a lot of also information and understanding when we are working with an investor, and work for an investor to all the parameters we take it out. So information, evaluation, deal structuring, negotiation, and all the documentation check also that we do for our investor. So that's why investor will get registered with us. That's why investor is going to pay us, because they need a consultant, and we are the only consulting company out there. So thank you so much for enough time. We have taken actually 10, 12 minutes extra, but you've been so patient, and in this webinar, thank you so much for your time. We will reach out to you for sure, and we will understand what is you bringing in, what is we bringing in. If we both come together and see there is some synergy, that you select us, we select you, and then we go further. And we'll invite you maybe to come to our Mumbai event also to be part of this, and then you will see a different world. If you come as an IFC partner already, then you can do business also on spot. And if you want to visit, that's also option available. You can visit, meet us there, see the portfolio, see the dynamics of this show, and you will also understand what kind of this show is all about. And then somebody who is anywhere you feel like you want to visit our corporate office, you are free to do that. Take a tour, make us understand why we want to choose you as a partner and why you want to select this opportunity, and both sides, because selection is both sides. If we really feel, and any partner who has joined us this webinar, any member or any guest who is looking forward to start some other business, then we'll pass on the same lead to our partner in that city, and our partner will service you. Then we will treat you as an investor, and we work with you as investor, as we were just discussing. Then our IFC partner will give you complete overview of our brands, what is fitment for you, what is right brand for you, and then we will take that deal further. Rest, if this is an opportunity you are looking at, then we are looking forward to welcome some of you at our training and our Mumbai show as well. Till then, thank you so much for again your time, and be patient in this one-sided webinar. And thank you for making you part of Q&A box also, because there are a lot of question answers and you have made it interactive. That's what consulting business is all about, that you always interact, and that is what consulting practice is all about. So thank you for your participation and interaction today in this webinar. We look forward to